a week of scandals, a week of champions, a week of being exhausted. Welcome back to Somehow We Manage, episode 13. As per usual, I'm joined by my good friend Sam. How are you?
I've been sick all week. I don't know about you, brother.
I think I just mentioned that. Yeah, it's been a little tired week. I definitely have my allergies kicking my butt, and you've got whatever's going on your end over there, um,
Yeah, I'll
kicking
do
your
my best
ass.
not to sneeze on mic. Yeah.
I don't even. I have to set up my push to mute button. I can't be sneezing into the mic. Let me uh X post. I'm just gonna do live now. Boom, boom. There we go. X post is up. Everything is all set and fine. What did you just send me?
Just some news pieces. Just add on to the stack of stuff that we already have pre-planned, you know?
Wait, what the hell? Who is that? Why do I recognize that bright face?
I don't know who he is, or they are. I'll just say they, because I don't know who that is.
Huh. And this is like the final thing? Yeah, what the hell?
This is the AT&T Annihilator Cup LAN party, whatever fun stuff that is. It's a collab with 100 Thieves at their compound, even though it was during DreamHack weekend.
Huh. So now Thursday, May 22nd. It's a watch party. Remote competitors. Yeah, and then it's just all the
It was on the
competitors are.
22nd. Yeah, but DreamHack was all this week, no?
Yeah, it was.
We're getting too close. We're flying too close this time. We already got some topics. We don't have
Okay,
some
I
time
mean,
for that.
yeah, I'm just confused as to what that was. I know it was DreamHack weekend. I don't even know where that was that you sent me. Where's their LA?
It's honestly in LA from the looks of it. But that's the problem with a lot of these marketing things is, let's be real, like who gives a shit about AT&T Annihilator Cup when there's literally DreamHack? Why have competitive, like why be competitive in your own ad space? That's crazy
Oh,
to me.
yeah. No, that doesn't make sense. Why be competitive to that? I mean, I don't think. Do you think that LA Thieves had a lot of say when it was going to take place compared to the people hosting?
I mean, Annihilator Cup is Annihilator Cup. You can make the decision of whether or not to put it off, you know?
Yeah, valid, because they didn't have to play it on Thursday on during DreamHack weekend. You're right.
I feel like it's a little disrespectful.
Speaking of DreamHack, how did DreamHack go? Wow, have we had anything
Well,
going on so far?
I mean, other than I think honestly, everything DreamHack that could have been going good got absolutely overshadowed by all the sad news and all the
Valid,
unfortunate news.
valid. Honestly, I mean, even then, like the Valorant scene is currently under fire, in shambles. I wouldn't even know where to start with that in per se. Other than like a lot of teams are under fire right now and probably going to be under investigation within the next couple of weeks here, if they aren't already.
I mean, we can just start from like a general perspective on this, right? This is why tier 2 will never be respected because when throwing, not paying players and staff members, losing investor money, and these are all stories we've covered already. Um, Match fixing, not even throwing matches, but match fixing so you can ensure certain people get into certain spots. Like this is what's killing the tier 2 scene. I, I'll end on this note. Like this is why you've told me before not to invest into tier 2.
Yeah. Well, the issue with tier two is people get desperate. Like this is desperation, looking for any way to make it work because you've put a lot on hold just to try to make it work. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna work every single time. And that's the problem: is that we have no way of guaranteeing tier two what they're looking for and what they need in order to be successful. I mean, there's a reason why a lot of the kids who are in like college are not only doing their sport but also learning, also doing their education. You know, because they're not at a professional level. They're not being paid to do it other than tuition. You know, the
Yeah.
comparison, like they can have a place to stay compared to the people who are in the esports realm right now and like are in the tier 2 scene and don't have anything to fall back on. That's where it's becoming an issue, you know, and people are willing to do desperate things because I don't know, they could be losing their home tomorrow, or you know, they're not going to be able to compete for the next few months because they can't pay Wi-Fi, you know.
I mean, if we were really going to hit at the core, because we at our like we definitely sway a little bit sometimes from the educational part.
Mhm.
We've mentioned how it's not easy, but it's very simple solutions they can implement. I mean, I've talked about the pillars. Uh, George has made a pantheon now with those pillars.
Yep.
And we're not here to leak it at all because, again, like if you're a potential person out there that has a team or an organization, it's very straightforward. And if you don't know what it is, um, I'm not gonna be one of those like CEO podcasts. Like, I don't know what it is. Just hit us up. No, like it's not for us to tell you. Like it, unless you're reaching out to us very, very specifically with a very specific message and motivation to get your team going. Every team's gonna fall off. I don't care who you are. You're gonna fall prey to everything else. Like we've seen it far too many times. So I'll leave it at that. It's just
Yeah.
sad. All these events in Valorant are overshadowing DreamHack. So I'm not
Well,
sure where we want to start.
yeah. We'll leave it like we could just say that the whole Sean Garris video being released today. Was that today released today?
I think it was yesterday. Let
Yesterday?
me let me pull the source.
Yesterday.
Okay. Yesterday.
So
Okay.
Sean Garris being a big prominent like face in the Valorant scene has really kind of like thrown an overarching like trust into him. So I'm hoping he's right. Like let's hope he is. He does have some evidence. Like he does have straight DM messages, you know. So it's definitely known. My issue is that who are the exact like people involved and how are we going to punish this and how are we going to make sure that this doesn't happen again, you know? Um Sean really did go into depth on a lot of the topics, on a lot of like why he has chapters in his YouTube video that you could see. Kind of follows everything from like the first initial contacts to who, or like the Haven cheats, the Haven throws. So I would go watch his video. I will throw it down in the description later. But it's really just an outline of the tier 2 scene of like what's been going on, at least in the Valorant side. And a lot of what we're experiencing, I'm going to say in the Dota 2 side as well, is looking bad and exactly like this, you know? Um, I don't know.
Well, can I ask you about Dota 2 then? Do you have high level teams doing win trading or possibly throwing for skins?
Nope, it's
Like
only the
not
tier 2
ironically,
North
but literally.
America scene. The tier 2 North American scene right now is really bad with it.
I mean, okay.
There has been, I'm
But
pretty sure
is
for
it
the
known?
last like 3 or 4 close qualifiers, there's at least been 2 teams disqualified in the North American side. I just want to double check my facts here.
But I think a part of it goes to reputation and authenticity with these organizations, if that makes sense. Because if you have some tier two shitter org that's run by nobodies, and the whole intent is to get like a really shitty like I don't know, a gambling sponsor, yeah, you're gonna get your money and run with it. It's no different than a crypto rug pull, right? Like make your money and get the fuck out.
Here's my
If that's the
question.
expectation in Dota,
So, Prosperity, how long has Prosperity been around? Because like, there's no way these guys just came out of nowhere. That's like the
Yeah,
biggest thing is like, why are these? Why is it coming out now? Why are we just now noticing all of this happening? You know, because there's
I
no way that if these teams like Burger Boys, Otters, and
I Blue Otter is disappointing to me. Shopify is disappointing to me. You want to know why those two? Well, I'll state Shopify being disappointing, but not unexpected, but Blue Otters being destructive to the tier 2 scene.
why is Blue Waters destructive to the? I mean, I did see some of it, but I didn't
So
watch the whole video.
here's my tinfoil hat theory. So disclosure, big red lights, disclosure. This is Sam. This is Sam going off on a tangent. And none of this is based upon facts. Just
No sue.
gut feeling.
Do not sue.
Um, do you know when I was looking at investing into a League of Legends roster, an undisclosed, people can put all that together. Do you know who also participated in the NACL along with those other teams?
Yeah,
Blue Otter. Do you know who Blue Otter is partnered with right now?
liquid.
Yeah. So my question to you is, this has got to be the straw that breaks the camel's back at this point. I don't think Liquid, for all that is good for this scene, if Liquid wants to eat a fine and keep Blue Water, they must fire all their staff because there is no way the staff did not know. And if they want the partnership to still exist, they must fire all the staff. There is no exception. Players probably were majority a part of it, but you're supposed to send a message throughout the scene that we do not put up with match fixing. You just can't. Liquid is literally a partner team in the LTA North League of Legends group. They are a partner team.
Yeah, I guess they haven't addressed it
So
at all.
yeah, and I'm not here to throw any shade. Like we are not a large enough platform to bring enough eyes to this statement. But if you look at the tier 2 League of Legends scene, I mean, if you look through, I'll just straight up say it. Big red lights. This is Sam just making a statement and like no regard for any sort of like legality. Please do not sue me nor George. This is my own opinion. If there's accusations that Polestar never paid their players, and there's accusations that they're like they
Mm.
meaningfully threw away money with an investor, or the investor meaningfully pulled out, or like meaninglessly pulled out and hurt them, that should be a red flag. That should have gotten them sanctioned. Number one, and then number two, and but they should not have given the spot to the players that left the roster either, because we went through a whole thing. The players screwed over Polestar too. It was equal. But Liquid is literally a partner team with Blue Water, and Blue Otter also exists in LTA. Well, not LTA, but the NACL. You
Yeah.
have to punish these orgs. If you want to work and develop talent, you have to instill what you want in those players. I think you should just completely. I think Blue Water should get their spot pulled. And Shopify, I would not expect, like, no offense, like, I don't expect anything less from them. Like, it's Shopify. They literally are. They don't have the money. I think we mentioned it. What was it in 6 or 7? Where they had partnership with Ludwig.
Yeah.
Ludwig and another, like, they
Moist
all
critical.
combined forces. Yeah, Moist and Ludwig. So to ensure they could continue to be solvent. So I could understand Shopify throwing for skins, but Blue Water literally should not be throwing for skins. Like, this should have been done during the iBuyPower era. Straight out. This shouldn't be happening now. Shout out to iBuyPower. I still support you.
Yeah,
Sponsor us.
Sean Garris is the general manager over there right now. Yeah, what's even funnier is that it's its own, like part of its own like team.
And that's concerning. That is so concerning. Like, who is actually then like responsible for investigating this then, like fully independent investigating this. Let's be very, very real.
Wait, am I
So that's my question
crazy?
to you.
Oh,
Who would you put in charge to investigate this?
I mean, there's a reason. What is it? The North Counter Strike has this board. It's a board of players who basically make out calls on this kind of bullshittery. I don't remember. I think it's ESCS. Oh, I don't remember what it's called.
Do you think it works?
I personally do. A lot of the players that have like received lifetime bans from it, I don't think were very like off base, you know? Like they've made a lot of good decisions and they do pretty thorough research. They found the I don't know if you remember the whole coaching bug scandal where you could view it like
Oh,
a cipher drone basically in Counter
yep,
Strike.
yep.
Yep, they were the ones who were in charge of that investigation, and were the ones who were in charge of fines and in charge of like bans. I wish. Yeah, I don't remember the name of the group. ESIC. There you go. The
Mm,
Esports
mhm,
Integrity Commission. This group, the I think this one is for Counter Strike, or I think they're involved with a lot of other esports possibly.
mhm.
But they have they've made almost all the decisions. Issue a 3-year ban for investigation for 390 bets, included wagers on his own team, resulting in $20,000 in winnings, and that was March 6, 2025. Yeah, eSoccer Magits. Yeah, you can scroll through their Twitter here. ESIC. They have a lot of actions. ATOX. Yeah, they take action almost within every esport right now. They do thorough investigations, and I think that it's Riot's fault almost. Like, damn, I can't believe I'm saying it, and I'm never gonna be able to work with Riot, but I think a lot of this is Riot's fault. I
I can
don't
see that.
think that they were thinking it could happen. You know, for whatever ungodly reason, I don't think that they were prepared for something of this caliber to happen. You know,
So, but they should have because they knew about maybe a different situation, but they knew that like supposedly Polestar was not paying their players. Like there was a whole we talked about it. There was a whole op-ed about it. Like they should be prepared and understanding they could never be prepared.
which
So how do they handle it in the moment?
they haven't though. Like they haven't really handled it. They kind of just let it happen and then moved on because they knew they weren't going to keep moving forward. You know, Polestar is dead last right now. Like they're not going to have to worry about them come next season, and they're just going to let it be silent, basically.
Basically, yep.
And then this, I mean, literally these players are still been playing. They've been playing for the past year now. What we're in stage 2, so whatever stage 1 already happened. Yeah, stage 1 right here. And I'm looking at one, two, three of those teams are chilling here since stage 1,
Hmm.
and there's nothing that was done about it. You know, And that's really that's really it. That's really just it. Is that I don't know why they're not prepared, but that's what it seemed like from an outsider's perspective at this point. Is that it didn't look like that Riot was prepared. It looked like that they were trying to get it running like the League of Legends one, where there hasn't been very many issues. And like I'll knock on wood because yes, there was the issue of Polestar, but it wasn't big enough because it wasn't their LCS slots.
Yeah,
So why did it matter? You know?
that's true. But I think you can definitely have a tempered approach in regards to historical moments that were similar to this. I keep on saying I buy power, but like unironically, they threw for skins. Like it's not abnormal for teams like Dota. You've mentioned Dota. Like
Mm.
you must learn from the people around you to be successful. A smart man learns from his mistakes. A wise man learns from others' mistakes.
Yeah, and that's the issue. Is though most people don't learn from other people's mistakes, they're not looking at it. They're looking at what they need right then and there. You know, it's kind of the way that I feel like is the reason why people do a lot of this stuff is because they need something there and can't wait for it, work for it. Like I feel like those are two like horrible ways for me to put it, but that's what it feels like almost is that they need it right then there so badly that they're willing to do anything for it.
Interesting.
I'm trying to find there was two teams that were yeah, there was a few North American teams that have gone through qualifiers and have been banned in Dota recently, excuse me. I don't know when M80 got a Dota 2 team. But yeah, I mean that's really it. And then I even saw M80 like dip the fuck out of the Valorant scene. Is that what I saw?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure M80 is done. Done.
Mm.
Like,
Oh,
yeah.
as an
No, no, no.
organization?
Like out of that scene, I don't think
Oh,
they're out. Out. I'm getting the impression, much like,
I think
um,
they're coming back and going back to their roots of R6 and kind of holding it there.
I mean, if you want my general analysis of what M80 is doing, I genuinely think that they are losing ground consistently. I think they are not as strong as most people believe they are, at least economically. And no offense to them. Um, if you're releasing a Valorant roster that has some really good players, yeah, that doesn't spell well for your organization. That is like the kiss of death, especially when you already brought on a known bad person for Overwatch. Like your litmus test is not good. Like whatever you're doing, you're not doing it right. We'll just straight out say that. I'll say that. So
Yeah, no, it looks like that they've kind of stepped out of everything except for Rainbow Six right now. And Counter Strike. I mean, I guess they do have a Counter Strike team right now. Yeah.
are they playing well?
They. Oh boy. No. I guess.
I'm looking up.
Lost to
Ooh,
Astana.
they've not played. They have not placed or played anything recent
Yeah.
matches.
They.
Ooh.
Yeah. They won the
Ooh.
whole North American qualifier, so they're a qualifying team. But they don't do well once you reach against like Navi, VP, G2.
I mean,
They can't win
you
outside
go
of their region.
you go 0-2 against Navi, you go 1-2 against VP, which I think Virtus Pro is a great org, or well, not a great org, a good org, but you can't like
My thing is G2 is currently licking its wounds because they got ripped apart by the fucking vultures of Falcons.
The Talons. You could say the
Yeah, the
Talons of
Talons
Falcons.
of Falcons, and Virtus Pro, it looks like it's missing all of its Polish players that it used to have. Like
I mean,
Snacks,
and there's a reason.
Taz, bring
And
me
there's a
back
reason for
Pasha.
that. Yeah. But
Like
they're
it,
going with a full Russian lineup because of the sanctions, I believe. So
yeah, but and that's the thing is like I get it, and like honestly, you get a power up if you're all the same like region in Counter Strike is kind of what I've discovered. Because like Aurora popped off, Mongols popped off. We don't talk about Astralis. Oh, Furia popping off. Granted, those are stand-ins,
yeah.
but even then, that's all. And like I'm saying, like Team Spirit fucking winning, stays winning. Naughty
Respect.
isn't doing good, honestly. Navi might fall out of the major here. FaZe is definitely gonna fall out of the major pretty early. I watched fucking Simple to FaZe and I wept.
I don't know why they are just sending him from org to org. It feels like the round robin of just deciding who gets like spin the bottle of where he ends up, and it's honestly sad to see that
I'm
happen.
thinking it might be just because he signed a long term deal with like the original owners of Not As Sears, so they've kind of just been holding on to him and just like, all right, I'll pay. Freaking FaZe Clan walks up to him and is like, I'll pay you this much money to give me Simple just for this tournament. Okay, Falcons did the same exact fucking thing. Also, Neo as a coach, I loved Neo in like VP days, but he doesn't look like he has that much energy left in him, man.
Yeah.
He don't look like he's like wants to coach. He don't look like he wants to be there. You know?
I
He
feel
looks like he
like
wants
a
to be there
lot of
for a paycheck and leaves.
I don't think anyone like I'm looking at this week because we got a like George did an awesome job getting a whole like list going. I think the consistent thing I am actively seeing is just an apathy in the industry. Like I want to end on some like good notes. Like what would be like I'm trying to look through our list.
I mean,
Like
Vitality's on a 30-game match win streak.
yeah, I was gonna yeah, that's good. Like we can talk about that. Like I think that's such an incredible feat though. Like
I,
Vitality doing that in what the current climate is. Like
I will even say that their
uh,
in-game leader is 32, and he just dropped. I don't have I need the HLTV for this. Pretty sure he just dropped to like a 1.5 rating out of. I think it like the highest I've seen is like a 2 point something, which is insane. Hold on, vitality stats. Uh, 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 top players. Zywoo dropped a 1.27, which is currently like one of the best players in the world. Is Zywoo.
yep.
Um, damn, I'm trying to find. Why can't I find stats here for players? The fuck. All right, fine. Apex, 32 years old, and I mean he just won. I am Dallas. The fuck. Stats. All right. Oh, there it is. I found him. Apex 0.95 rating. Yeah, no. honestly doing insanely good work. Um, and then Zywoo's not too far behind. So 30 match win streak, and they're halfway now to NIP's 60 game win streak. Back in like I want to say beginning of Counter Strike Go, right after Source. So we're almost there. Only 30 more matches that they have to win in today's economy of Counter Strike.
Okay, I do have to say I went down a little bit of a ADHD rabbit hole here, looking up M80.
Okay.
Maybe this will, maybe I can lead this into another, steer this into another topic here that we have. Oh, I can. On their About Us page, about halfway down, they said at or towards the bottom, it says at M80, we don't just play esports, we live it. We focus on creating a deep connection between esports fans, brands, and partners to help effectively market their assets to maximize their reach. We help our partners grow through data-driven, fan-first strategies and new commercial opportunities in premium esports content and distribution, from media rights and consulting to fan development and digital transformation. We are a trusted advisor to rights holders around the globe. We work together to bring any strategy, campaign, or idea to life, delivering content, technology, and products that fuel the emotions and excitement unique to world-class esports. The fuse is lit. And I'll segue this in a second to another topic if you don't mind,
Yeah.
unless you want to talk about
No, keep
the,
going. I'm
if
real.
you as an organization are making said statements and your partners are the likes of Pixio, which I think they're a monitor brand, X1X Bet, a betting platform, um, whatever the like Game Sense, Secret Lab, of course, Zowie, of course, Whoosh, of course, like those are known. But if I go to their world class content and I go to their YouTube channel and their last video is from 2 months ago, I'm sorry, you're not a world class organization making content. You just aren't.
Yeah.
Their last Instagram post, let me check this out real quick. Because if it's literally just them going, "Hey, we're gone," or our Valorant team is gone, that's not world class content. That's just keeping everyone. Yeah, today we're releasing. Yeah, they're releasing spots from Valorant, like releasing the Valorant roster. It doesn't speak well to the fact that if you have these partners and you're a world class esports organization, I don't see any content on your timeline that speaks to me on a spiritual level that you are committed to esports. Whereas, like when we're talking, and I'll tie this back to the previous topic, when you have a win streak, that's like vitality, putting a stake in the ground and saying like, we have been in how long in esports, and we can finally get to the point. Who was the 60 game win streak? Remind me again.
Ninjas in pajamas back in like Source and beginning to Go.
But imagine those two like legacy organizations, like they're tent poles for esports. They don't claim, I don't think they claim any extra bullshit, and their timelines are pretty fucking clean. You can't then be like, guys, we help our business partners. It's like, dude, your business partners don't see content. You're not selling anything, so you're just collecting a check. So, going back into a sad story, I think you know where I'm going with this now, with Team Liquid, not very good. You
Yeah, well, I
can't,
mean,
you're losing a top sponsor, a top build sponsor that Riot gave you, being Honda. Do you want to lead the story?
well, yeah, I mean, either way, it's I don't even remember who it was exactly. It was a Rainbow Six player though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can look it up real quick.
That decided to say some choice words about another team, and I'm not gonna say it here just because like I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea and us getting canceled at the end of it all. But Honda has since dropped Team Liquid after that 6-year partnership. Lost it because somebody from Rainbow Six. I'm not gonna say the name just so that they don't get enough more publicity than they already have. But they lost their 6-year deal with Honda, and I'm not gonna lie, kind of marking a small decline for a lot of organizations coming up here. Um, Seems like a lot of partners are wanting to wash their hands and walk free as soon as they possibly can, considering how fast of a problem that was and how quickly that resolve came to light. It's not pretty, to say the very least. Um, I don't even really have much more else I would like to say about it, just considering like it's been chaotic and it's more of I think it's going to affect Liquid as a whole entirely. Granted, Liquid's like a kind of a cornerstone like team. It very quickly could go bad for them and they could end up in a position like Evil Geniuses, you know?
Yeah. I,
Although I am looking at dude, Vitality, I think they do it right. Like honestly, I wish I go back to that fucking tier list. I would throw them in S. They've got pretty decent partners. Like I agree with them. Like Aldi's an interesting one. Kia, like they probably got that from Riot, correct?
yes, the Riot got them those deals.
Okay. Even then, are they even in League?
So, who? Which one?
Vitality.
They were at one point. I don't know
Oh
if
yeah.
they are currently in the equivalent. Let's see.
Oh,
They,
they do.
but I'd love to. If you'd let me, I would love to read their mission statement.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yep.
This is the same length as the mission statement I just read from M80, but M80 had another half that I didn't read, just for clarity and consistency. So here's the full statement on who they are. An intentional or international esports club conquering new heights. After becoming a leading esports club in France and one of one of the European leaders, Team Vitality has entered a new era as at its heart a return to the ambition that drove its president Neo and CEO Nicholas Maurer. Excuse me if I mispronounced your name. An unsinkable founding duo more than 10 years ago to become the best esports organization in the world. A little bit of a pad, but we'll accept it. Um, Team Vitality is an esports organization founded in 2013. It welcomes and trains world class international players. The club has offices and training facilities in key regions internationally with over 16 million fans on social media. Team Vitality has a community of passionate fans that it unites through its dedicated mobile application, VHive, whatever that is. A true driving force in esports, the club fights to defend a
Fair
fair
enough.
esport. Fights to defend a fair esports. On one hand, by contributing to development of more mixed and inclusive ecosystem. On the other hand, by raising awareness and acting for the protections of mental health through its care program. And it gives all of its numbers. Like, it does not bullshit. It just tells you what it's doing. Like, I don't even know what H5 is, but like, who cares? Or VHive, whatever it is, I don't care.
Yeah,
My
what is
answer is
this?
I don't care. But the fact they just don't bullshit you, they just tell you what it is.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is like they're not gonna bullshit you because they know exactly what they are, and they also know that their main goal, is to be the best esports organization in the world. It's right there. It's plainly stated. They're not gonna say anything else. Like, and they do it pretty well. Excuse me. And they're not. They do other things pretty damn well. I think that they've got their biggest turning point is that they have a lot of personalities behind their teams who already kind of do a lot of their own work, their own crowd work. And I think it
Oh yeah,
works out in their favor significantly. Because, like, I'm even trying to think. I don't know much else about Vitality's other teams, but what does their YouTube look like here?
I mean we can take a look.
When's the last
Let's take
post
a
here?
little spin around.
4 days ago, 6 days ago, 10 days ago, 1 month ago, 1 month ago, one. Okay, all right,
That's good.
yeah,
That means they're active.
they're
Let's see
trying.
what type of content they're creating. And you know what's kind of cool? Not gonna lie, their first video 4 days ago, it's I believe that's French.
Yep.
It has a French title, so it harks back to who they are as an organization. They're a French, like a true French organization. There's English here, but and honestly, they are part of EWC, so whatever. I guess I'll
They were handed
shit
a
on them.
bag. I'm not gonna lie, they were handed a bag. You can't deny that, and they won't deny that either. Though that's the thing, they probably took that, knew exactly what they were gonna do with it. Honestly, you know what they did with it? They went and bought a mobile gaming organization.
Good.
Like, they didn't want to deal with it themselves, so they just bought one that will do it for them. I don't remember the exact
Yeah.
name of the organization here. Bigatron by
Oh yeah,
Strong.
yeah, yeah. I remember we talked about that a little bit. Yeah.
Yep. So now they're a part of, like, the big V in the sky, basically. And I don't know if you saw that they were going to be playing underneath Team Vitality for UWC, right?
No, but that's good. That means that they're unifying the organization. That's good.
Yep. So they're gonna have Bigtron. So when they play underneath, like anything outside of EWC, it will be Bigtron powered by Vitality, and anything out inside of EWC, Bigtron, all those players will be playing underneath Team Vitality.
Hey, we'll take it.
I think it works. I think it's gonna work out pretty perfectly for them. I mean, a lot of those players aren't gonna. I don't think they're gonna hate it.
It's a win. I'm gonna say that this is a win overall. Like I'm going through their videos. I cannot tell you how shitty some thumbnails are. I love their Last Dance Team Vitality CS2 Shanghai Major vlog like thumbnail. It feels like they took time to actually create something, and maybe it's AI slop, I don't know. But it looks like when I'm going through, that's what stood out to me. Because it's cool. It's there. They're showing off. And you know what's kind of unique if you go two over to the left? Core memories of 2024. They literally have Aldi as a team sponsor at one point or a partner at
Yep.
one point. Like that's a fucking grocery store. For people who don't know, that is a grocery store chain.
Which
Like
is insane. Like, that's a crazy one to have. Like, that's one that you don't expect of.
and they're creating really good it looks like authentic content. And if I scroll down, I know this may trigger some people. Be careful. As someone that has supported LGBT rosters, like this is major, and uh, like, uh, in boot camp with our women's league, with our women's League of Legends team, like, um, or excuse me, LGBT and minority rosters, like, having a female team highlighted on your YouTube channel, like, usually you throw that on the alt channel, but the fact that they're showing it loud and proud on their main is, I call that a win.
Big dubs. Yeah. No.
But yeah, that
CS2.
like I think that really puts like a really good like feeling, I guess, to like a good feel good moment of Vitality having a 30 game win streak, them doing what they're doing, like there's hope in the industry. At least I hope so.
It looks to be that it's a select few that are being trusted with the hope. I mean, Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, they also have a female uh roster. Yeah, honestly, like I just see these guys like a lot of these organizations are trying to do better than their predecessors. I think Vitality does it pretty well, but I also think Vitality has an angle of they know exactly what they are, know exactly what they're doing, and they do it pretty fucking well, you know? Honestly,
Yeah,
you would never catch me dead in yellow, but this fucking Bomber jersey or Bomber Vitality University bomber jacket looks fucking fire. Like, I can't deny that.
it does.
Like, their whole wardrobe looks fire. Love the fucking team jersey. Actually, really love it. Yeah, even the new one too, the yellow one with the button up. It's like a baseball jersey. It looks nice. Like they just do merchandise correct, you know?
It feels good. It feels authentic. It
Yeah.
doesn't. And
Honestly,
I bet the price is still bad. Like I'm not gonna lie, I will
oh
still
yeah.
dunk on teams if their prices are bad. Like
No.
I will look.
$78 for a jersey. $164 for that bomber jacket.
Oh, yeah, that too much, too much, too
See,
much.
and that's the thing is like, yeah, you know what? It's fire, but I ain't paying that. You will have a few people who do. I want to know how much they sell of these. Like, I really just want to know how many of they've sold. Who has actually bought Vitality bomber jacket, other than like players or staff themselves? You know,
Yeah, I.
what is Hummel?
It it just feels weird to see just overpriced merch. Like I like the idea of the merch. Actually, here's a great question. Let me go to one. I'm going to click a random one. I'm going to click their. It's got to actually kind of what gotta fit what I want though. I am looking to see if they have female sizes for their gear. I'm gonna click on their T-shirt. Um,
Looks like it's all like unisex.
yeah, I would venture to say a majority of it is unisex, so that's fine. Like
And even then, they could
I
have
probably
they have measurements too. So like chest, waist, customize the jersey. Huh. Dude, yeah. No, honestly, they've got good merch. They're doing pretty good on the video side of things, and like they're winning. If you know, I know you know a thing or two about all three of the things that I just said, Sam. So,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
successful or not
stop there, whoa,
successful? Successful or
whoa,
not
whoa,
successful?
whoa. We can't be leaking this stuff, man. We can't be leaking this stuff. They're
I'm
there.
just all I'm saying is you know a thing or two about what has been mentioned so far. Like, there's a reason why we
Oh
point stuff out.
dude, they're sponsored by Magnum bars. Not what everyone else is thinking. Stop it.
No, I was thinking
No, it's
that.
literally an ice cream brand, dude.
Is that
That's
what
so
that
cool.
is?
Ice cream. Yeah.
Magnum and Ben and Jerry's become major partners of Team Vitality. Holy shit! You know what's even funnier? Ben and Jerry's was founded like 4 hours from me, 5 hours from me.
Hey, is that your new org then? Are you a Vit
Uh,
fan now?
I've been a small bit fan. Honestly, they used to have pretty sure Kenny S played for them at one point. I was like a big Kenny S guy. But hold on. I gotta double check myself before I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. Where the fuck did he play on? Who played on this team? I know it's always been French. No, maybe not always, but whatever. MBK. I remember MBK. Fire ass team. Is MBK still playing? No. Did he retire? No, nobody knows where the fuck MBK went. This man
Off the
disappeared.
grid.
This man
Off the grid.
disappeared. He was on OG. Last seen on OG. My man's was. Oh, what the fuck? All right. Yeah. No, my man is off grid. He's fine. We'll ignore NBK. He gets to sit in his French villa. French villa. Uh,
But isn't that the tale of two cities here? Team Liquid and Team Vitality.
it, it's the tale of two. Here's my thing. Liquid, I feel like chose the wrong person. I think Liquid fucked up. You know, but even then, like, how do you know somebody's gonna say that? But at the same time, like, kind of gotta have training for that kind of shit. You kind of gotta. And a 6 year, like, their 6 year sponsorship with Honda, like, just gone off of one person, one player, and like, honestly, I don't think they handled it very well either.
And I will hype myself up a little bit. When I did send this over to George, he went, "Oh my God, you!" I think it was like something like you had predicted this, or you were right.
Yep, I did say because you no, because you were literally saying it, and I'll leave that a little bit. You were literally saying that, or partnerships were looking for a fast route out of the esports scene right now, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I said it was fine. Or like
Yeah,
I think I just
somewhat.
like waved off. I was like, I think it'll be
Unless it was
fine.
really bad. You said it, unless it was really bad, something along those lines.
Yeah. And then literally the next day or like a couple days later, I used to get sent a text that freaking Tim Liquid lost Honda. I was like, damn, they really are trying to leave. Like everybody's trying to dip out of here as soon as possible because it didn't even take like a full 24 hours for that to happen. It was within hours that
Yeah,
Honda was gone after that tweet was sent. Is that player still part of the roster? No.
I think they released him, if I'm correct. I will double check this fact though, because that would I want to say that it's completely right to release him.
No, they
At
didn't.
the same time, I think the organization needs to take steps similar to what a lot of people should do, which is trying to do better, right? You try and support the player and give them an opportunity to.
They're fined an equivalent of 4 months' salary and will also undergo additional media and sensitivity training. The Rainbow Six players are committed to donating the entirety of their prize winnings from the Reloaded tournament to the charitable organization as a gesture of accountability and goodwill. The funds from Lucas' fine will be donated to charitable organization as well. Lucas' tweet will be added to our onboarding curriculum as a real world case study that helps prevent similar issues in the future. They didn't kick him.
They didn't. I'm reading it right now from the Esports Illustrated article. Um, while the loss of Honda is significant impact to Team Liquid's bottom line, Goosen, the owner, one of the owners, I believe, or CEO, whatever his current status, the Liquid founder, excuse me, while in his own post, apologized for the harm caused by the post. He takes time to explain how the incident came to pass and reaffirms that there was no hate behind that player's tweet. And this is him. I believe this is quoting him. We have taken action. We believe in accountability, but we also believe in fairness and context. We have parted ways with individuals in the past when a clear line was crossed. We do not believe that applies here. This kid deserves to play. I mean, I can't hate someone for standing on business to do the right thing, which is try to educate players better on PR. Because if you can't hold people accountable at every turn, like I'm gonna be honest, Blue Water and Shopify should be completely removed from League or not League, excuse me, from Valorant if this is the level of losing a 6-year partnership because of a tweet. And mind you, like it's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad tweet. There's no way to circle a square with that, right? But you gotta if you're gonna do this, you gotta also like get rid of Blue Water. You gotta cut ties that they're win trading, and if Shopify is calling them out and there's no clear evidence outside of them just saying and pointing fingers, you can't just come out as like Sean Garrison and being pointing and going like, how dare they do this? Because there's a level of culpability too. Because if you know someone's win trading, just leave the fucking lobby. I'm sorry, like we've done that enough. Like esports teams have done that. Stand on some principle. Like that's crazy. Like
Yeah, they're not.
have us fine.
I mean, I understand if the kid deserves to play or whatever. If it was really that, I don't know. My issue is that you lost probably one of the biggest sponsors that they'll ever have. You know, hold on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna eat my words because I'm pretty sure they're still running around with that Disney money.
I mean Liquid
Partners,
had literal Disney money. So
Alienware, Coinbase, Sui. They have monster money.
they'll be fine.
Yeah,
That's the answer.
Visa. Oh,
I
there
guess,
you go, right there, Visa.
but that still stands on the fact that if you can't keep your ethics and morals on the same level, then like win trading shouldn't be a problem. It should just be a slap on the wrist. Like I don't know why. Like I understand why Sean Garrett may be upset, but if Riot doesn't particularly care, or if other organizations don't particularly care, like it's literally Valorant and League of Legends. Like I know it's Rainbow. I think it was under the Rainbow Six problem, but like, or was it? Yeah, it's Rainbow Six still. But the fact that Rainbow, I believe League was able to get those partnered Honda deals and Kia deals because of them. Like you got to keep the same energy, guys. You got to keep the same. Like it's bad. The answer is it's just bad. It does not look good. Like no matter how much match fixing is going on, or uh, you can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't also have a kid say stupid shit about the Japanese community on a
No, you
public
can't.
platform. You just can't. Like,
You can't. That's why I said they just need to ban. Like I think there needs to be pretty much a hard line now. Like for the next year or so, especially with EWC, you got to hard line this stuff. It doesn't matter how small nor big things are. If you break a rule, you're sanctioned, like completely sanctioned. Like no playtime, no money. If partners want to pull out, they're more than welcome to do so, but there's punishments. Because
I mean, they're not
as
gonna.
much as like,
Oh, we're gonna get
go ahead.
canceled, dude. Tread safely here.
What?
You can't fuck up in Saudi Arabia and not expect to get something wrong. You know?
Oh yeah. Well, but I don't like again. That's their whole like. I go back to the idea is you can't tell someone what to do in their own house. You're
Yeah.
going to their house. But my problem still stands in the fact that okay, Sean Garrett comes out with all this stuff, right? He's former One Hundred Thieves coach. He now works with Shopify Rebellion. What does he expect? His company was not like, for lack of a better term, did not have enough liquid cash to be able to run. So they worked with Ludwig and who was the other org they combined with? Um,
It was Moist
wait,
Esports, but it was Moist Critical and Ludwig who ran it.
yeah. So they were not solvent. So like Shopify can't speak on behalf of solvency of being able to not match throw because they literally got a bailout. Like, and Riot needs to do it on their own. Like Riot needs to consider this. It is their decision making. And whatever comes of it should not be like an expose. Like, I'm sorry, Sean Garrett is awesome. I like the fact that he called it out, but like, okay, but how? I like my question to him is like, how did your or like without the support of Ludwig and Voice Critical, how would your players be playing right now? Would they be considering match fixing?
Or
Are
yeah.
they above everyone else's morals and ethics for
Are
doing that? Because I'm
you
pretty sure they're not.
upholding those morals and ethics like you want everybody else to be doing? Yeah.
I don't know. If I were to ask every single one of their players right now, hey, if you were receiving essentially $0 like these other players with Blue Otter, which I assume they are because they're only getting support assets, I believe. I think that's what we read from their release statement about their partnership with Liquid.
Uh,
Um,
yeah, probably.
I'm pretty sure they'd be match throwing too. Like that being Shopify, and like I'm no offense, like prove me wrong, tell me I'm wrong, but like I go back to iBuyPower. They threw for skins because it was expensive. And they earn more for throwing a game than they would have won if they won if they'd gotten first place in the tournament. That's crazy. That's bad.
Blue Waters was also partnered with C9 prior to Liquid. And it's just their Liquid it's Liquid's LOL team that they're partnered with. So like their Valorant team doesn't have any relation.
Well, I've talked about ghost rosters how many times? I'm 90% sure that they would not cut them off from resources for Valorant. I'm gonna be real. It's too lucrative.
Yeah, I don't know. Because all I see is them producing stuff about LOL. That's all.
Yeah, no, no, and I'd love to be told different. Like again, I'm here to listen. Like Blue
I don't
Otter,
know. I honestly, something just tells me that it's like they're sharing like scrim resources or, you know, like coaching from the other teams and stuff like that.
yeah,
No way it's something like that serious. I mean, even then, yeah. And Prosperity, Blue Water, and Burger Boys are going on into the next stage for challengers. And like, I get it. This is like the entrance into tier one, but if players are really just gonna stick in this hellhole and match fix, then it's gonna go pretty badly for Riot in the end of it all.
yeah. I I just I don't know what the end solution is other than just sanctioning teams, like taking away all the resources. Like right now, if I was Riot, I'd be like, with Liquid's accusations and the fact that Blue Water just got an accusation put against them, and mind you, Liquid's was quick and abrupt and very known, but these are just accusations against Blue Water.
Yeah.
I would be sanctioning both orgs very quickly, and then also telling Sean Garris to be very careful because this is on the level of like genuine slander. Like
Oh yeah. If he's
what he is,
wrong, oh my god.
that's that's slanderous, and that is a legal term, and you have to be very very careful with that terminology. Like yeah, that
Yeah.
that that scares me because if it's true that, or if it's not true, um, like oh, I guess it's technically libel, libel and slander at the same time. Pog, terrible, because that literally damages their reputation and could prevent them from continued sponsorships.
Yeah.
Like, and if Garrus is wrong, I think that implodes the scene completely and pretty much destroys the VCT like baby scene. Like, I think it's done.
I mean, if he's wrong, what just falls apart is gonna be fucking Shopify that falls down.
But the thing to me then is if I'm Riot, if I'm anyone from Blue Water, then I would ask Riot to sanction them to the point where Shopify can no longer get, like, if they, let's say they win, let me check their current status. Uh, like, this is pretty drastic, but like, I honestly, if I was anyone, I would basically be saying we're going to be running an independent like investigation. NACL, let me see this. NACL. Right now, Blue Water is in 7th place, while where is it? Blue Water. So Blue Water's there. Where are they? Yeah. No, I would 100% just clack them out and be like, yo, this is bad. Like, Shopify isn't in this. I'm not even. Let me make sure. Are they in? Let's see. Are they in league? I gotta see. Yeah, I would say that if they, I would say that they basically lose their spot and they go to a provisional. If that's what it turns out to be. If they, I think Shopify gets their whole shit rocked. If that happens, like they go to a provisional spot and they have to go fight, and then give it to Disguise as a reconciliation. Like, you can't have people calling shit out like this. You just can't. False accusations kill orgs.
Yeah. Name drops. So I was just trying to find like the name drops for this shit. What teams in particular? It was Burger Boys, Prosperity, Blue Waters. Yeah,
It's just not good. That's all it is.
three teams. Yeah, Blue Waters, Prosperity, and Burger Boys are the three that are kind of under fire right now. And like those are three pretty prominent names in both in or just in fucking Valorant at this point, you know.
Yeah, and mind you, all those, like, well, Shopify is in. They are a LCS slotted team right now, Shopify, while Blue Water is competing in the NACL, the level right beneath them, while Team Liquid is competing right beside Shopify in the NACL. Like, doing this exposes a lot more. And Team Liquid is already dealing with a bunch of shit. Like, they literally had a player get, like, it's just bad. The answer is just, it feels kind of like a hit piece on every single end of this. Like, it just does not feel good. Like, all this feels malicious to a certain extent.
That makes sense.
I've lost to a myriad of teams that are ghost rostered or like accused cheaters or known cheaters that are no longer cheating. Uh, Sure, was I mad in the moment when we lost against them? Yes. Did I consult the rule book? Of course. Did I go on Twitter and show VODs of like some possible aim hacking? No. What is that? What do I have to like gain from that? Like, the accomplishment is what? Like, I get people rallying in the Overwatch community against a player who may or may not be cheating now. Like, it just isn't good.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Even then, like the whole fucking witch hunting too, kind of dealio too. That becomes a problem.
Yeah. I mean, I literally had a player that was a bigot, a racist, and a misogynist. And not only that, I think I had we had in our provisional team, we had a former hacker, and like, we stood by them because we made sure they were clean. Like, we cleaned up their acts, and it was pretty clear if you couldn't tell. Like, I'm not currently in Triumph, nor do we have $1 million set aside. Uh, we did everything by the book, and yet, like, the org still like, it doesn't exist now. Like, we didn't make a billion gajillion dollars, you know?
Couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean even then, like we're also, I mean even think about the whole dealio of this is the tier 2 scene. This isn't even like tier 1 scene. This
Oh yeah.
is where a lot of your grassroots teams are, a lot of where these teams where they're trying to make it big, you know? And it kind of gets scary the fact that if people are allegedly making this much money off of freaking throwing matches in the tier 2 scene, does it make you think maybe we should at least double check that our tier 1 scene is doing okay? You know? Does it raise suspicions on that end?
I mean, it should. That's the answer. It should raise questions.
Like, I'm not saying that it would definitely be a thing, but I mean, it makes you question that is Riot. Because, okay, here's the thing. I haven't heard about this bullshit about match fixing or throwing in anything else other than like Dota right now, you know?
Yeah.
But I've heard it a lot about in League, and I've heard it a lot in Valorant recently, you know? I guess Counter Strike did have a North American part, but it's just North America at this point. Is it? It's literally all NA. All of it is North America.
Yeah, from the looks of it.
Because I'm just thinking, yeah, the North American CS:GO. There was a whole bunch of oh, dude, CS:GO players that moved over to Valorant that were fucking just discovered cheating
Oh no.
because they like
I need to
moved
look that
over
one
to
up.
Valorant and then moved back, and then they were like, I don't know if they were banned or not, but I do remember that they were like accused. Fuck, I don't remember who it was. But yeah, there was a whole bunch of them that just recently like started fucking coming out as well.
So let's say you're the head of an imaginary sanctioning agency or like an efficacy agency for esports. I want to run down the list real quick because we do have one last topic of Call of Duty, which I'd love to say because we love Call of Duty. Like to be honest, like we always love shitting on it because it's that's our generation.
Yeah.
So in regards to Liquid in the player um and their comment, would you as a sanctioning agency step in and do anything else that Honda hasn't or Liquid has not already done themselves?
I think Liquid got what the I think it was a little bit disproportionate, but I also feel like it was bound to happen eventually. You know, you can only fuck up so many times before something happens. So, no, I wouldn't do
Yeah.
anything further because I'm not gonna lie, they kind of got what was coming to them, and I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie, unless I'm there as a direct agency to assist in their public relations, they're about to lose like half their support in the Japanese scene. Like I already saw a lot of those comments on that post. It was not pretty, you know.
Yeah.
So I just see. I honestly, I would leave them the fuck alone. They're about to like,
Okay.
they're about to lose a lot.
So okay, so there's two scenarios. Let's say Blue Auditors, Burger Boys, and the third roster were collaborating and match fixing slash throwing. What consequences do you pose to them?
I mean, the players who are directly involved are 100% banned. Like those are.
Hard ban?
I would ban the players that are directly involved. Like I think one of the names was like Practico. I think
I think so.
I was trying to
I
remember
have
the
to look.
names that he had called out, but Fair was one of them in Blue Water
Yes.
that was directly called out. Like I feel like those who we know for a fact would have issues should be banned, but I honestly don't think that it kind of go with the I by power rank where it's like Skadoodle got away with it because he didn't know, you know, and he's the only one who ended up getting away with it. So let the players who didn't genuinely know like get out of it, but at the same time like you're gonna have to like either drop the roster down and they gotta do like regulation, or fines. Like you so allegedly gained this much money, fine it, you know? But other
Okay.
than that, like I don't really like I don't feel like it's fair to the other players if they didn't know. You know,
I
if
can
that
agree
makes
with that.
sense.
No, I can 100% agree with that. So let's say, okay, then let's say on the flip end, or flip side of this, let's say Burger Boys, the third party team, and Blue Water turn out to be not match fixing. Let's say that it turns out miraculously it just was
Fucking
stars aligned in
throw
such a way.
Shopify
And
and Sean Garrett into a dumpster and start kicking. Like that's really like if I was there to go retaliate on it, yeah, it would be a 3-for-1 deal, you know? Cuz that's
so
not
do they lose? Do they lose their spot then? Is there an effect of because and mind you, Valorant and League of Legends are underneath the Riot moniker. Do they is there a sanction against them because Team Liquid, mind you, and this is a little bit of a weird situation, is partnered with Blue Water, and Liquid just got their shit kicked in because of a player in Rainbow Six, and they're just trying to stay above water in all this. Like I'm assuming there is no partnership. It doesn't look like we've talked about. There is no partnership in League between Blue Water and Team Liquid, but it does kind of tarnish Liquid's perception from the outside, especially from us industry people. It does tarnish it a little bit because I do assume that there's a little bit of talk between the two teams. At least there's got to be a little bit of talk.
I think that I think SR, even if it's not their fault, like it's not them calling it out. Yes, it's gonna be somebody that they approved to bring it to the light, but I think Sean is really gonna be the one who gets fucked in the end of everything. You know, they might
Yeah,
they might separate him from they might bring him down to like a lower level or like remove him overall to kind of try to wash their hands of the bad juju, but I don't think anything bad is going to happen because of these allegations. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at the organizations that are part of these allegations. It's Blue Waters, Burger Boys, and Prosperity. I don't think any of these players really want to get into that kind of legal battle. You know,
no,
they're not going to be strong enough to go up against the
they're
Shopify
not.
rebellion, which is a little shitty thing to say, but at the same time, like I think at that point, leave it all on the fucking on the map. You know, leave it on the matches.
Yeah,
At that point, like there really isn't much else. Because if it comes a stalemate, it becomes a stalemate. But if these three are found to be match fixing, then I think that the players slash team should be able to keep going. But you have to remove the player that was match fixing, and they are getting a fine and the whole extent of the law because that is a law that they are breaking.
yeah,
I don't know exactly what it is. I think it's something to do with competitive integrity,
yeah.
but it is a law.
Something along those lines.
But yeah, no, that's pretty much it. That's like my gist of it. I think the three of them are going to. I think it's between these four teams, and I'm praying that nobody else, honestly, is like fucking around with this. But at the same time, like, there's probably a reason why M80 dipped out so fast. They knew shit was about to hit the fan. That's
Yeah,
me. Red lights flaring. Give me that my tinfoil hat. M80 knew something. Like somebody go investigate those guys real quick. See what they knew.
uh,
I'm dead serious because they left a week before all this shit happened.
oh yeah.
That shit was like last week they dipped out. I swear to God, it was like last week. 24. Oh boy. Yeah, literally last week. They dropped them. Yep. Yeah. They knew something. They knew something was about to hit the fan, and they wanted out of it. Nothing to do with
That tracks.
it.
So I know both you and I are dealing with some sickness and tiredness.
Yeah.
So this last topic, it should be fun for the both of us. COD is dramatic. I think that's it.
Yeah, that was pretty much. I was watching a lot of the because they just got done their Major 4. So COD Major 4
Yep.
just happened to go down. Was it a LAN? It was a LAN, but I don't remember where it was. Who was home team here? Dallas. So it's going on Dallas. Everything's going on. Oh yeah, DreamHack weekend. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything's going down in Dallas right now. Big headlines, I guess you could say, was the Miami Heretics versus the Atlanta FaZe match. I do believe I saw a couple players going at it. They were yelling in each other's face a little bit, which I thought was hilarious because it looked like, I mean, one of them was flipping the other player off. Basically, I think it was Super had two middle fingers up going towards Simp's direction, which I thought was fucking hilarious. And then I think I saw
I like
another
this.
one. Oh fuck, who was it? Thieves was just like it. Whenever I watch Call of Duty, competitive Call of Duty, I just feel like I'm watching a bunch of like. This is gonna sound facetious, but I see a bunch of children running around event hall trying to fucking be like, "No, I fucked your mom. No, I fucked your mom."
You know, I consider it like pro wrestling. The only difference is they don't.
Mm.
It's not a script necessarily. So
No,
no
I've
one's
just seen
actually
some
wants to get hurt.
shit. Like I've seen a lot of this, like a lot of them just going back and forth. Optic Texas came
They're
in
just yapping.
fucking fourth. Whoop de doo. You changed a bunch of players in the midseason, and now you're fucking winning again. Wee. Astro. Yeah, no, I don't care enough. Optic Deck.
Don't say that name in front of me.
Oh, I was reading. Yeah, sorry. uh, I mean, I don't really got much about the Call of Duty scene. They're doing all right. I don't think Call of Duty will ever die because it's got such its niche following. Who is this? Carolina Royal Ravens? I didn't even know Carolina had a team.
They used to be the London Royal Ravens.
Oh, was it NA only now? Or they want to compete in NA?
I mean, they're trying to bring them together back to North America, if I'm correct.
Oh, Wolves,
Yeah.
COD Mobile. All right. Yeah, I didn't see much. It was just there was a clip. I have to re-find it. I actually think, of course, it's probably on Jake Lucky's fucking stream here on his shit. Oh, I believe I was the right account. All right. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it early for somehow we managed today. I was definitely feeling a little rough walking into it. I know Sam said he's been dealing with everything all week. Um, but
It's sick as a dog. Yeah.
I think that there has also been just a lot of drama that's been going on this week, and I personally like I want to move past it a little bit. But we
Yeah.
couldn't move past it until we touched upon it, you know? So
Exactly.
I hope everybody starts to like just kind of straighten up a little bit, trying to fucking lock the fuck in and stop being pieces of shit, I guess. Is the best way I could put it. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna call it there for episode 13. I will start uploading this now. It'll be up at 1 p.m. Eastern on Monday. Hope everybody has a good Memorial Day. It's been fun. It's been real. Sam, anything to say?
No, nothing this week other than peace, peace.
There you go.